Mela Caribe is a composer who blends Caribbean music and crosses genres, while Private Ryan is a household name as a DJ and known the world over for the legendary Soca Brainwash event. But today, he's joining us wearing his producer hat to give us the latest of battalion music for 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am very happy to have you here, but Ryan, ladies first.
Of course.
Mela, the last time that we spoke would have been many, many years ago, but John Public was introduced to you back in 2022, I think, in terms of collaborating with Ryan. Before, we were talking dreams, and this year, we are talking about the Spiritualis, which we're hearing in the background, along with Ola Tunji. Tell me how these paths crossed.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us here. And secondly, this entire collaboration came about when this amazing producer here, he presented an idea for me. He's like, Mela, I'm feeling for something called Spiritualis. I was like, okay. And we just created something, both of us. We sat down and we wrote something, and he pitched it to Ola Tunji. And I went to the studio, I recorded a demo, and then Ola Tunji was like, Ryan, Mela Caribe needs to be on this song. She needs to be on this song. And the rest is history. From recording in the studio to filming the music video, the entire process was so smooth, it's so authentic. And I'm just really grateful for the opportunity. And you know, the song is a nice vibe.
There's a vibe. It isn't that surprising, though, that it's a groovy one, is one for the ladies, because when we first heard the production part of Private Ryan, the battalion music, that is, it was a slower tempo. It was mid.
Yeah.
And this one isn't too fast either. This is a little bit groovier. So is that the vein we're going to see for 2024, Ryan?
Well, I mean, I approach music in different ways, just like I approach DJing. So it's a lot of different aspects of the music. This one, Spiritualis, was meant to be that, well, a single, because, you know, there are a lot of rhythms, you know, and I wanted to inject like a groovy, sensual soca vibe instead of like vulgar and overly sexualized. So when you hear Spiritualis is meant to have that middle ground that people can just hear it, they can groove to it, and, you know, all age groups could appreciate it for what it is, which is an authentic soca song, well, modern soca take.
I like that word authentic keeps coming up. I mean, true to your DJ roots, though, you could dabble in a couple genres, a couple pieces, because you're talking different BPMs for the entire season, yeah? What are some of the faster ones that we could look forward to?
Well, one of the faster ones I did was something called the Jammers Rhythm, which I released. And it's meant for the road, it's meant for the parties, it's meant for the ladies to have a good time. I didn't release any power music this year. That will be next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we have a calendar.
We have a lot of songs, especially with Mela and myself. We have a lot of songs still there. We made a lot of music in the pandemic.
We're going to come back to that, because one of them was actually a collaborative effort, not just between the two of you all, but also some Patrice Roberts vocals in there. And I know that when we hear females in soca generally, the first thing people like to talk about is a comparison, but we have a strong collaboration. So tell me about that working together process. Was it actually physically in the studio together, or was it you do your parts and that kind of thing? I know we're doing that a lot these days.
Well, thankfully, we had social media and we had, you know, technology at our side where we were able to get it swiftly, because, you know, Patrice Roberts, she's a very busy woman. You know, she's a powerhouse. So she's always traveling. And thankfully, she was able to record. So, like, everything was so smooth. And again, like, I'm just grateful for the opportunity. And as you can see, she executed her part so good. You know, when you hear the sugar, you just know you get nice vibes. And yeah, like, just...
And fun fact, she actually wrote the song.
Well, I did
the hook and she wrote the song.
That's an interesting combination of work, though, because initially when I got the entire spread of songs and music, what kept coming up is that it's collaborative, and I wondered how many different ways you were able to contribute to this. Because we know you're a pull apart the stems and do all those complexities, but I also knew that you were writing earlier in your career. So how much of the writing is Mela? How much is other artists? Is this full on you doing the writing? How did this work?
Well, as you rightfully said, collaborative. So with Ryan and I, what we do, he is the hook master. Like, that's his strong word. He has a good hook, he gives a good concept. And I'm someone that puts the pieces of the puzzle together. So Ryan could tell me, Mela, I want to write a song about this cup right here. And I write about this cup. I write about the handle. I write how it glistens in the light. I write everything. So, you know, Ryan and I, we just work so seamlessly together and, again, authentically. And, you know, it shows in the music and it impacts the world, and that's all that, you know.
No, I'm glad you say it impacts the world, because you're not ever want to put the soca in a particular season. I mean, I think your obligations as a DJ would kind of lend itself to something that transcends the season.
Yes.
But you already said that you have power for next year.
Yes.
So that means we have things not just in the pipeline, but already done.
Well, yeah. So, you know, music is timeless. When you make good music, it doesn't age. And so, like, you know, even the concept of sugar, which was done, you know, in the pandemic time, you see it still resonates now, because the topic matter, the melodies, and just the sweetness of it can go through eras. You look at the soca of the 80s, 90s, and even the 2000s, when you go from our legends like Kitchener, and you go to, you know, the early days of like Ronnie McIntosh, Marsha Montano, and then go to and Crossfire, Square One. Those songs still play to this day. Yeah. So in terms of creating timeless music that is not, you know, disposable after a season is really the mission. So you can make fun music, you can make serious music, you can make social commentary, and you can do it in a way that is palatable to not just Trinidad, but the world, and that's what the mission is.
Absolutely appreciate that. I really tempted to do a salute here because you keep talking about the mission. But one part of the mission will be picking your soldiers.
Yes.
How do you decide who's on what?
Well, work ethic, talent, and the ability to be fearless in terms of not being confined to a box or not being afraid to try new things. And so usually with the artists that I work with, it's like a trust process to really bring those things to life. So from Mela to Ufan to Second to Preedy, Terry Lyons, all of them, Freetown Collective, everything was birthed out of, let's try something different. And then that's how we come with all these songs. So like Feely Love was one of those, So Sweet with Ufan was one of those, you know, and it continues.
I like that work ethic was at the top of that list, but we'll get into that another day.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a whole other
Talent
conversation.
without work ethic, you don't go anywhere.
Ah, boy.
Somebody can outwork talent.
Absolutely agree to that, and I see you emphatically shaking your head. Let's parliament across your family table. I see you emphatically shaking your head because I know that we have more work that we can expect from you.
Most definitely.
So while we have, and let me get the full catalog for this particular rhythm or this
year?
This year. Let's go with this year. Who are we looking at this year?
Oh, sorry. So we did Nessa Preppy with Pretty. Did Kishav, Magic Touch. Andre Donowa, No Strings Attached. Voice and Choppy, Pass It Around. The Jammers Rhythm that features Moto, Swappy, Lyrical, and Skinny Fabulous.
Right.
Last with College Boy Jesse.
We're approaching 10.
No Drama, Terry Lyons. Spirit Waste, Mela.
Right.
Sugar Remix, Spirit Waste with Olatunji and Mela. Sugar Remix with Patrice and Mela. Low with Mela. And then a new project that's going to feature the Jamaicans and the Trinidadians. So that's Nessa and Skeng, Voice and Raja Wild, Valiant and Patrice Roberts. The list goes on.
Guys, wait a minute. But I feel like you're talking about a perfect way to end this interview, because that means we're transcending, of course, out of the Carnival season into everything else.
Yes.
And this is just for this year for Ryan. Mela, what are we getting for you this year?
We're getting everything under the sun. We're getting versatility. We're getting work ethic. We're getting just getting vibes, good vibes.
And in terms of the actual connectivity, how do we find you guys online? Remind me of the handles for you, Ryan.
DJ Private Ryan on everything. So at DJ Private Ryan, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the I Am Soca Brainwash page, which is going to be the updates of everything coming with all the events, because we're also working on the events at the same time too.
Simultaneously.
So, yeah.
Miracle Wiggers. And how do we find you, Mela?
Well, Mela Caribe at everything. So it's MELA, like melanin, because I'm a brown skin woman. And Caribe, like the Caribbean, because I represent the Caribbean wherever I go. So Mela Caribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute pleasure to have you. And of course, to take us out, we're going to hear a bit more of the offerings from Battalion Music this Carnival 2024. This is the Now Morning Show. We've got even more, so you want to stick around. But for now, we'll be back after these messages.